day. Tuesday actually happens to be one of my favorite days because we actually have time to reach out to our community and do lives like these. Monday is probably my busiest day, and Wednesday we go live. So Tuesday's a good day, everybody. RJ, how we feeling today?
Feeling good. A lot of health going on in my family. A lot of health scares and issues. But hey, today's a good day. Everybody's feeling good over here. I'm the only one that's not sick. Knocking on wood. I'm taking care of my temple and being very, very cautious of what I'm putting into my body.
Well, we got some big announcements. We're going to cover kind of what's going on, and the big announcement, we'll let the cat out of the bag right away, as we are teaching a free class. We're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look. I got slides pulled up. I'll be sharing my screen here. So if you're just joining, stick around. We're going to get through kind of the news a little bit because it ties into what we are doing. It's going to tie into our investment business. We are rocking and rolling. So many rehabs going on. A lot of rental properties, a lot of wholesaling innovations. It's all going to tie together here in this brief little preview. But really what the preview is for what we are doing tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be more of a formal webinar. And I encourage each and every single one of you to go. No matter where you're at. A lot of West Coasters, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And, really, we're going to let the cat out of the bag. I mean, I'll just do it right now. RJ, what asset class are we most bullish on?
Well, it's the asset class that has the most buyers. It's the most affordable. It's the most it's where you can get the most financing.
The best.
You're gonna have the most, you're gonna have the most renters. You're gonna be able to survive things like what's happening right now, where everyone's kind of scared. Trump's in the office, tariffs are running around and putting a fear into people's agenda for real estate. The rates haven't really gone down yet, so everyone's like, when is this really going to happen?
Probably not.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I don't. But like we've always, we've been in the market since 06 and 05 and 06, and even back then they were talking about the same things that we're going to be explaining here. Like, it doesn't matter as long as you are in the right asset class. There isn't going to be a crash. They've been talking about a crash now for the last 20 years. The rates have been at this price point before in the 70s and 80s, and people still made money back then. The ones that bought real estate the right way.
Correct.
And so we want to talk to you guys today about like how can you make money when you buy houses in today's market right now. And again, what Dave is talking about, we're going to go in depth with the exact strategies. We're kind of going to briefly go over that, but in this live training that we're having tomorrow, 5 p.m., right? That's 5 p.m. Pacific for you guys in the West Coast, and then 8 p.m. Okay, so make sure tomorrow you can actually you can register if you click on this. I'll put the link in here. Can you put it in the chat, Dave, for
Sure.
the YouTube guys? And then I will also it's cashflowingrental.com. We're showing you how we're buying rentals in today's market with our formulas, without using any of our own money, and then also too strategies that we're using to monetize the leads that are not going to fit our criteria. Because we're still able to buy, but we have to buy smart, and you can buy smart when you know the right strategies and where to find them.
The reason we love the affordable, what you touched on is like the most exit strategies. Why are there the most exit strategies in the affordable housing sector? Because if you're trying to unload a property, and when I say unload a property, I mean monetize a property. And the only way you monetize a property is, number one, get it rented, or number two, sell it. Right? Well, there's the most amount of renters in the affordable housing sector. Affordable. This is what everybody wants. The consumer sentiment is not great, everybody. Like retail purchases, meaning like they track all this stuff, the economic data and stuff like that. I follow it. I'm a big nerd. This is like literally what I follow. Yeah, I mean, you're seeing stores, big stores are out there, RJ, Target being a big one, where like their numbers are low. It's because the consumers are tightening up. That's to be expected. Well, if people want to spend money or save money, spend less money at places like Target, don't you think they want to spend less money where they live, the roof over their head? That's the non negotiable. I mean, that is like the biggest expense in our lives for sure, right? So we need to think about this clearly, everybody. We need to be smart. Okay. This real estate business is not hard. This isn't like this formula we got to figure out. We're using simple mathematics here. This is basic. Listen, I have a stepson. He's in the third grade and I help him with his homework. I can't do half the stuff. I'm literally Googling how to do these converting percentages into fractions and this and that. This stuff is hard. You like real estate is easy. You need to do the right strategy, and that involves doing the right asset class. So we're just going to tell you right now, affordable single family houses is a great way to get in the game and start building wealth. If you just bought one property a year for the next 5 years, you are literally in the top 1% of wealth. I mean, you want to start, we shouldn't compare ourselves to others. This is like a practice and a principle that we live by, right? I mean, in our personal development, RJ, comparison is the thief of joy. But at the end of the day, we're all comparing ourselves to somebody or something. This is the way it is in this world. Well, you want to compare, you want to be in the top 1% in the globe, buy one rental a year. This is hard, but buy the right rentals. Why do we want the affordable? And what is the affordable? What do you consider affordable housing, RJ?
Well, in our market, it's houses that are under 350. Typically, we're in the 150 to 250 range, and there's in other markets it might fluctuate a little bit, but in Ohio, that's what we're seeing is the most affordable, and it's easy to find that. You can literally go to Zillow, and do the search, and it'll show you how many houses are. You want to look in your market to see where the most transactions are happening.
Yes.
And that's typically where your affordability is. But you can also get that from an agent that's dealing with a lot of FHA and VA loans in your market.
It's the most amount of buyers, the most amount of financing. This is the market. You want to be in a busy market. You want to go where the deals are trading, right? You want to go where there's volume. It's not about being this. You know what, RJ, and this is just something I'm thinking about right now. You know what they say, like the riches are in the niches? I guess that's true on some level, but I'm not trying to be in some specific little tiny pigeonhole niche. It's very difficult. Like, oh, I'm going to be in the boutique hotel business. That's cool. I mean, if you kind of like have your path on that, but like if you're just getting started, if you're starting as a real estate investor, or you are kind of like maybe you got your toe in the water, maybe you've kind of started exploring, I still consider that a beginner. If you're a beginner or any type of intermediate, you need to go where there's a volume of transactions so you can get in the game. Or else what you're going to find is you're going to have paralysis of analysis. If you try to niche down so specifically, you're just going to study your whole life away and never
execute. Yeah.
You're never going to execute, right? So we're going to give you the playbook here on how you could get started, or if you've already pretty much gotten started, how you can really realistically scale. Another buzzword, everybody talks scale, scale, scale. Well, let's scale appropriately. RJ and I are going to talk about really one of the biggest mistakes we made in our careers, which we've overcome, is scaling inappropriately. And we're not going to let you do that because it's going to set you back. Because it's going to take your time away from revenue generating productivity and cleaning shit up. So if you scale too big and too quick and now you're sitting on vacant houses, we're not going to let you do that. We have the blueprint. We have the playbook. We are in the game right now. We are closing deals every single week. So we know this is real. We know this is right. So I'm excited to kind of share this stuff, RJ. I'm all fired up today. Hopefully I'm not coming across as too rough around the edges, but I'm just really passionate about this and really enthusiastic about it. And that's actually my affirmation is, I share my value with the world passionately and enthusiastically. So
That's great, man. I'm gonna show you like what's going on right now. So this just came out. Let me share this here. You guys can see this. So this is what's going on right now. You know, there's a lot of this going on where we got bad news, kind of just bad news in the housing market right now. And so what's happening is people are either being very cautious, they don't know what to do. New administration, you got these tariffs that are happening that's affecting, I mean, all the stuff that's going on with the tariffs is actually being passed on to you and I, the consumer. And so we're going to show you how you can navigate around all this, because it doesn't really matter. Some of the stuff, you know, that we're seeing right now it happened before and people still made money. Like 7% interest rates isn't anything new. Interest rates were as high as 18% back in the 80s, 90s, I think. And that's when people were still buying. It's been 7% before, and you can still make money. You just have to know where to go to find the deals that still pencil out. It's still going to take you a little bit of time of underwriting to find it, but they're still out there. You know, so
all day. RJ and I, just so everybody knows, and we're not going to get too far into this, it's a bit more of an advanced strategy, but just so everybody knows, we have a ton of 7.5% rental money out there and on our rentals, because we haven't stopped. We haven't slowed down since 2022, 23, 24. Ooh, the rates are changing. We just changed the buying model a little bit and started buying more conservatively, always making sure we can cash flow. We have not slowed down. We have not stopped. You just need to pivot with the market, because money does not go away. It's like, oh my goodness. And I'm not a political guy. I'm going to make money. We're going to make money no matter who's in the office. And let's sit around and scroll on X. You know what that is, RJ? That's called hypnotic rhythm, right? It's called drifting. If you follow Napoleon Hill, I highly suggest you check out the book Outwitting the Devil, but that's what it is. Oh, I'm going to go online and express my opinion. Get out there and make money. Money does not go away. Oh, so-and-so got elected. Now we're going to go and fight. I don't care. It does not matter who's in office. Money does not vanish. It simply trades hands. Everything is a big marketplace. So you need to put yourself on the right side of the trade. And this is exactly what we have done. And this is exactly what we're talking about. So yeah, a lot of people, the news is always going to share something. Oh, tariffs, this and that. We're not affected by it. And in fact, I think it's the best time to do real estate right now, because remember how competitive it was, RJ, back in like 2020, 21, 22? It was insane. Everybody was a damn wholesaler. Everybody's sending out their ads. We would call a seller on the phone, and they've already got 3 other offers and this and that. Not anymore. And if you follow me on socials, you see every day I'm on the phone with sellers. Every day I'm writing contracts over the phone. These people are, it's like, it really is like shooting fish in a barrel. It's so easy. It's so easy right now. You just need to know the right assets to go after, how to structure it, and how to finance it. And that's what we're getting into.
So I wanted to share that. Let me get off my screen and we can talk about pivots that we're making, and then the strategies that we have that we're actually going to go over on Wednesday at 5 p.m. That's tomorrow. So make sure you mark your calendars. You can click. We've only got limited seats because this is on Zoom.
Straight up.
We're trying this out. And we're also going to actually open this up to all y'all, because we have Zoom allows you to talk to everybody. So it'll be good to see everybody that kind of follows us on face-to-face, because there's going to be some Q&A, and we're going to be answering questions about what we share. But you can register for that by going to cashflowingrental.com.
It's going to be a lot of value. I mean, you want to know our story, you're going to hear our story. Rags to riches. My dad worked at McDonald's. RJ's dad came from another country as an immigrant. And there you go. I mean, we're just hardworking guys. We apply, and I assume, and I don't even assume, I know a lot of people who are going to be on the call tomorrow, and a lot of people watching this live right now, you got the work ethic, you're entrepreneurial, you got the passion already, right? I mean, you would not be sitting here and watching this and tuning in and following us. All we talk about is personal development and entrepreneurship and investing. I mean, this is the channel. This is what you tuned into. So you're obviously attracted to this. You have the work ethic. You got the passion. You just got to do the right things. So let's get into that, RJ. What else you got for us in the news?
That's it. I just wanted to kind of keep you up to date of what's going on, what people are actually worried about, but there's nothing to worry. So
the masses, guys. And there's always going to be something, there's always, I don't care who the next president is, this president is, the last president is, Joe Blow, Billy Bob, it could be whoever. There's going to be fear. There's going to be a lot of fear about things you cannot control. What can you control? Your connection to the higher power. What can you control? Your health, what you put in your mouth, food wise. What can you control? How you treat your family and your partner, spouse, and children. What can you control? How you do business with people. Do you pay people back when you borrow money? Are you weird about money? Do you kind of want to skimp? Do you want to cheapskate your way to the top and this and that? Well, that's your energy, and you're going to keep getting that. And this is the hamster wheel. We're going to get you off the hamster wheel. So, with that being said, Mr. Pepino, let's go ahead and share some slides. There we go. Can you see my screen?
No. There, let's do that. Now I can.
All right. So there's three main little fields here, everybody. Buying and holding real estate, that's where you make the most money. And you'll see that's the top of our pyramid. Fixing and flipping, that's our least favorite, but we still do a lot of it. And wholesale, and what it should say is wholesale / novation. Same thing. We are going to talk about finding and negotiating deals because, as RJ already expressed, we make our money when we buy. Better be finding good deals. Nobody ever got rich in real estate paying too much for anything or any business. I don't care if you're in the car business. I don't care if you're in the watch business. I don't care what you're doing. If you're paying too much for your inventory, Kroger didn't become, or whatever grocery store didn't become successful by buying loaves of bread for $1 and selling them for 90 cents. That's not how business works. So you need to make money when you acquire your inventory and bring it to the marketplace so you can monetize it, either renting it for more than your payment is or selling it for a profit. So we're going to talk about finding good deals, private money, the thing that everybody wants to know about and everybody's afraid to talk about, and everybody thinks that they're not good enough, or this self-worth mentality. People are afraid to ask for the money because they're approaching it all wrong, RJ. You need, and you're going to learn, you work with us, you're going to learn to approach private lenders, people in your network, that you are doing them a favor. You're not asking them for anything. You are literally presenting an opportunity because it is very profitable. Very profitable. I'm sharing my screen. I could show you a payoff. We're just doctored up here. We're paying a lender back tomorrow, RJ, $157,000. And it's just like, we're paying you pay your lenders back. You're going to do business the right way. But private money is a key to this thing. You are going to be able to raise all the money that you need to do profitable deals, and how to get started. Imperfect action is what RJ already says. So, RJ, what would you like to say about the current slide?
Yeah, I mean, private lenders are a key part to this because they allow you to move fast. Their money is sitting in a bank, rotting away from inflation. And most people think that, man, why would anybody lend to me? What's the other alternative? There's nothing like lending on single family real estate that's producing, a return, that's backed by, first position lien plus insurance. Like it's really safe for them. And you just got to understand how to have the talking points or have the conversation with lenders. And lenders are everywhere. They're in your family, they're in your network. They're in our group. There's lenders in our group, and we talk about this in our extensively in our program. And we'll go over this tomorrow, but you have other students in our community getting funded by other students in our community that have way more money than they do deals right now. That's the situation that I'm in. There's way more money than there are deals right now. And so when you have this mentality of like, I'm bringing something to market in front of a private lender, they're going to see why you're valuable. And this is how you do it. I mean, like, this is how we're finding our deals right now. There is, driving for dollars is something that we do anyways. And we've been doing this for a long time. When you're driving to and from places, like when I go and drop off my daughter to school, I'm always looking around and seeing what kind of house is in my neighborhood, because there's a vacant house in my neighborhood right now that I'm not the only one going after, but it's very rare that you see a vacant house in a really nice neighborhood. So when you see something like that, you go after it. You use the tools like, there's apps like Deal Machine. The next thing here is networking. Like, we have a networking group. If you're local in Columbus, definitely join that networking group. It's Facebook. It started from Facebook, and then we're meeting once a month in these, real estate groups. It's kind of like the RIAs, but RIAs are kind of gone. Everyone's on Facebook anymore. So we have a Facebook group that does meet. And then when we meet, there's private lenders there, there's wholesalers, other fix and flippers, people that are buying and holding, commercial lenders, real estate agents, and you'll find deals there. You'll find deals that never hit the market by just having a conversation with somebody. You're going to find lenders there as well.
Multiple students in our coaching community, RJ. They're all good. I credit the law of attraction, which I talk about constantly on our Monday calls when I get us into mindset and we start talking about attracting deals and closing over the phone. So Taylor has one. He was just, you know what it is, RJ, what I feel has been really coming from our Monday calls with our private coaching community. Is they're getting confident. So they're getting confident. So they're talking about what they do. So Taylor was at his Westerville house and the neighbor came by and he started talking. I buy houses. If you know anything, I see Taylor starting to put himself out there. Same thing with Andy. So Andy's putting himself out there. Now an old employee hit him up and he's got one in Lancaster. He's about to get for like 108 or 110, ARV 150. He's going to make it a rental. It doesn't even barely need any work.
Yeah.
We got Tate. He's got 2 deals going on right now. Both came from referral. Why? Because they have the confidence to tell the world they're being the best version of themselves, right? They're being the identity of a real estate investor because they're confident, because they know their buying criteria. They know their formula. They got the money for it, because we're going to teach you all how to get there. There's infinite amount of money for real estate deals. Now that our students have that confidence, now they are attracting opportunities to them because they're telling everybody. They're telling everybody about it. And the faster you can learn and build that confidence, everyone, the sooner you will attract opportunities to you. It's spiritual law. This isn't, magic. This is law. When you claim the identity of a real estate investor with confidence, which you will have, right? You will attract opportunities. So don't sleep on the networking. That's all I got to say. And the sooner you can start confidently putting yourself out there, the sooner you will start attracting deals from your network.
Yeah, I agree, man. Signs work, direct mail still is working. And then also our last one here, which is actually our favorite, is online market it. And online market it because leads come to you. We like it when leads come to us. So we do a lot of PPC and PPL marketing, and we're going to be going over all of the strategies some more tomorrow as well. But these are just some of the ways that you can find deals in today's market still.
We're going to be talking about this is what I love to do, everybody. I'm not joking when I say I put about an hour and a half a day into my seller calls. Tallies up to be about 30 hours a week. We're making 100 G's a month. How to make 100 grand a month. This is like, oh, it sounds too good to be true. No, not when you have the right leads coming in and you just know how to talk to these leads. And again, just like when we talk to our private lenders, we're not desperate. We're not motivated buyers. We're here to solve problems. What is the definition of an entrepreneur? Someone who solves other people's problems for a profit. And that's what we're doing with these people on the phone. A little taste of the pitch is, hey, we buy houses for people who need to sell or want to sell, but don't necessarily want to go through the motions of marketing, listing, and selling with a realtor, either because they don't want to pay commission, they want to sell it as is, or they need some kind of fast or a flexible closing. Does that kind of sound like what you're looking for? Done. What? Rewind that. Literally slow that speed down. Everybody needs to just write this down and use it, right? Yeah, that is what I'm looking for. Which about that appeals to you most? The commission part, the faster flexible closing, or as is? Oh, all of it. Well, perfect. Let's get into it. And that's just the beginning. and we're going to be writing the contract within your first 15 minutes, one call close. This is how this works, everybody. This is real. This is happening every day. Money's in the follow-up. We have a designated person, bless her heart, Louisa, on our team, aka Baby Panda, out there hammering the phone. How many calls is Louisa doing for our follow-up, RJ?
She's up there in a couple hundreds a day.
Every day she's over 200. I don't think she's ever not gotten 200. So we're going to teach you. That's called scaling appropriately right there, because that keeps you as the entrepreneur doing revenue generating activities. It is a revenue generating activity for me to be on the phone closing sellers. Well, let's outsource the right things. Let's outsource the follow-up. And this way, when your follow-up specialist gets someone on the phone, you're not sitting there making 200 calls a day. That is a waste of your time. But it's like fishing. As soon as they cast that line out there and they get some nibbles and they got somebody on the hook, bam, send in the closer. And you don't even need to be that good on the phone, because you're going to have the exact scripts in the pitch. I just gave you a lot of it. That's all it is. Get information about the property and then send them with the contract right over the phone. You're going to have all of our contracts as well. There's multiple contracts we use for different types of deals, and all of this is for our coaching community. We're going to be giving a lot of free resources tomorrow's class also, so make sure you check in 8 o'clock tomorrow in the link that's on the screen.
Yeah, and then there's people in there just like you. If you haven't done a deal yet, okay, great. We've got people going from haven't done a deal yet to doing multiple deals a month. Then we got guys that are already doing some deals, but they don't know how to deal structure or the private money part. And so if that's you, hop into that training tomorrow, because we're going to be going over that as well, and how to kind of scale while you're still kind of doing your job, your W-2 job. And I'll give you the option. Like, if you wanted to still have your W-2 job, like I know a lot of people that really like working. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can do this on the side and build your real estate wealth, 2 or 3 properties a year, 5 properties a year on your spare time. It's okay. But our community, we meet 3 times a week. And you're going to get access to not only Dave and I, but our team. And we talk about how to do this. We talk about all the scripts. You're going to get all the scripts, how to formulate a plan that when your leads come in, if it's going to be a better buy and hold, or if it's a better flip opportunity. And we're going to show you how to monetize all that. But what's going on in this slide with the upside down triangle? I like that.
Well, this is the flow. We're going to get right past this. This is what we do, everybody. We bring in the motivated sellers, pre-screen them a little bit. I just gave you the way to pre-screen them over the phone. Hey, we buy houses for people who need it. I just went through the whole spiel. Core 4 of real estate. This is what you need to do, everybody. There's 4 main factors you need to get over the phone when you're doing your back of the napkin analysis. The 4 things are, and write this down if you're listening now. Number 1 is, what is the after repair value? What is this property worth if it was all fixed up? Number 2, how much repair would it take to get it to that value? Number 3, what would this property rent for? And finally, number 4, what are you paying for the property? And what you're paying for the property is the most important, because that's the most in your control. You can't control the prices at Home Depot, and you can't control what everybody else is selling their properties for and the value, right? And you can't control the market rent, really. You can't. You can control what you pay. So you got to really focus in, understand how to screen these people and get these good deals. But that's what you want to do, is analyze your deals with those 4 data points, get the contract right over the phone. We get our contracts prior to the inspection. Why? Because we are focused in on revenue generating activity. And if we were to set up an inspection on every damn house that we get a lead on, we would be wasting a tremendous amount of time and resources, because we do a lot of deals outside of our immediate area. We got boots on the ground. We're going to share this boots on the ground with our coaching community and students as well. But we pay someone to go through the inspection for us and do this stuff. You don't have to leave your home to do this business. However, you want to make sure you got the thing locked up in contract before you waste time and energy on a property. Funding all day. Personally, that's the wheelhouse. I'm constantly working with lenders, constantly, keeping my finger on the pulse of the type of money out there. Because why is that important? Because that's how it affects how we structure our deals. Mm-hmm. We need to structure our deals, structure our buy model in such a way that is congruent with the funding programs that are available. If your buy model is not congruent with the type of funding you're going to use, you're signing up deals that you're never going to monetize. You have to know what is going on in the funding world, and then finally close. And that's it. This is the way this business works. RJ, any points on that?
Yeah, and just so you know, being in a community, you're gonna have access to all of our in-house lenders that that we've used all through the years. A lot of them have DSCR, debt service coverage ratio loans. They're just loans based not on your bank statement, but on the actual property itself. So you're gonna have access to that. And then again, the most important part is you're gonna also have access to the community, where inside the community there are private lenders in there that are going to help fund your deal.
That's the easy part. Everyone thinks that's the hard part. No, that's the easy part. You just need to have the confidence to do it. And you're going to get the confidence. The best way to get confident is with knowledge. You know what they say? Like, if you have a fear of public speaking, you know what the best way to overcome fear is? Preparation, right? Same
Action.
thing.
Prepare and act, for sure. Yeah, that's the way to
Get
do
out
it.
there and do it, everybody. So, we are moving on here. My OCD is kicking in. Here is the main real estate trinity, everybody. Buy and holds at the very top, because that is the best. That's the eye, right? That's the eye of the pyramid right there. That's where you're going to build the most wealth. However, if that's all you focus on and you're making $300 monthly cash flow on a property, it's a slow roll. It's the best way to build wealth and make tons of money, but you need the quick paydays coming in while you build your portfolio. These quick paydays could come in the form of your job or small business career, and or doing fast transactions, which we consider wholesaling and novations extremely fast, because you don't have to risk any private money when you're doing a wholesale deal. And we do fix and flips, but really the preferable way to do a fix and flip is not get bogged down with these large, crazy rehabs. We love the wholesale model. RJ, why don't you touch on the two bottom corners of the pyramid, the wholesaling and the fix and flip, and how you can use that and how anyone can use that to keep these paydays coming in, so we can ultimately get what's most important, which is buy and hold assets. And then we're going to put it all together.
Well, this is how you sustain a real estate investing business. So then, and have the opportunity to potentially leave your 9 to 5 if you want to. You know, if you don't want to and you have that 9 to 5 income that's coming in, great. Then I would focus on buy and holding, because then you're buying piggy banks basically. But if you're planning on doing this full time and making an active income while you're creating at the top of the pyramid here, you got to wholesale and fix and flip or wholesale. And we don't like doing a bunch of rehab to properties, because that can set you back. You know, we like either partnering with contractors or partnering with our buyers and just getting paid a little bit of the end fix and flip fee up front. So you got to wholesale and fix and flip or wholesale while you're building your rental portfolio. And so we're going to show you how we analyze deals to understand, is this going to be worthwhile to be into this property for 90 to 120 days, or is it better if we just quickly wholesale this to all the buyers that are out there? There's so many buyers out there right now, you know, that would love to take this property off your hands, because they're going to do the fix and flips, or they're going to do something else to the property. And then you can make 10, 15, even $20,000 on a quick assignment fee. And how do you do that? Well, you do that with the right deal structuring, the right paperwork, and the right talking points to that motivated seller. And even then, when you have a motivated seller, you got to be able to maneuver your way around the conversation. And that's what you're going to learn in our program. But this is so essential right here, because you want to keep the best and then sell the rest or wholesale the rest. And that's how you build this portfolio we've been doing this now for over 12 years. So, but this is what we've done. Anything that we're going to keep, we're going to structure in a way where we can even pay ourselves. And this is what the training, this is what you don't want to miss on tomorrow's training. It's how you structure this, to where you can basically make money on any transaction that you do in that trinity. Okay.
You're in the flow. Well, this is how do we tie it all together here? Right here is the PYF. What does PYF stand for, RJ?
That means you're paying yourself first. PYF stands for pay yourself first.
I want you to envision this. I want you, okay, so in this slide, we're talking about 3 different essentially businesses. There's a business for buy and hold, there's a business for wholesaling, and a business for fix and flip. Essentially, that's what we're looking at here. What if you could tie it all together? Or what if you can essentially attract wholesale deals, but wholesale them to yourself and structure it that way? So this way, this business here earns a wholesale fee, but then you still get to keep the property. This is the PYF method. Or if you're doing a fix and flip, you don't need to wait until the property is fixed and sold until you wait for your profit. That's the thing that kills real estate investors and actually kills a lot of businesses, is what's called the cash conversion cycle. I don't have damn time to wait 120 days for this fix and flip to sell. I need money now, right?
Yeah.
You know, and when it comes to wholesaling, that's the quickest way to keep money coming in now. But the big paydays come from the fix and flips or the wholesales, and then the long-term wealth comes from the buy and hold. So what if you learned how to wholesale these to yourself? So you make money when you buy, you add an asset to your portfolio, so you're building long-term wealth, but keeping the quick money coming in. And then if you're doing fix and flips / wholesales, you are making some of that profit up front. So you keep food on the table, you keep the marketing going. This way, you don't have a lag in your marketing. So many businesses fail for that reason, RJ. They do some marketing, they get some leads coming in, they start working the leads, they get a couple deals, they get so busy, or they get so much cash tied up in doing deals that they stop their marketing engine. They got to wait for these deals to sell before they get paid, or wait for these deals to, kind of get rented and whatnot, collects a small amount of cash flow. Our system, the PYF method, our method here that we've created allows you to get paid up front, keep the cash coming in now while you're building and adding to your portfolio, and then while you're setting yourself up for fat paydays with the fix and flip / wholesale model. What can you add to that, RJ?
Well, the way to do this is, this model is harder to accomplish when you're trying to buy properties that are on the market. And the reason why we're able to do this model is because we go after properties that aren't listed, that no one's ever seen before, and we're getting the best discounts with motivated sellers who are off market.
Amen.
And that's how this works. Okay, because the old way is, let's get on get with a real estate agent. They're gonna show us some houses, maybe the ones that have fixer upper in it, and you're not the only buyer in town. You're competing with all the other buyers and overpaying a lot of times. And so this strategy works best with those off-market strategies that we shared earlier. And you're going to learn about more in depth on how we're doing this tomorrow. The link's right there. Go to cashflowingrental.com, register for your seat. The seats are limited. We have time a little bit for some Q&A. Let's see. Let's open it up here. Let's see what's going on. We've got a question of what what is the buy model? What is your buying or your formula when you're buying? Dave,
I'll take that one. Yep, we want to be all in for 75% of the after repair value or less. So if a property is worth $200,000, take 75% of that. That's going to be a 150. Told you I'm not that great at math. Forgive me. 150 is 75%. Well, your purchase and rehab, not just your purchase and rehab needs to be at 150 or less.
Mm-hmm.
That's the buying model. Now, it also, if you're talking about rentals, it better be in a geographical place that you can do this, right? You need boots on the ground. And it needs to be in an area that you feel safe. Like, let's keep it real. You can find tons of stuff all in 75% in the smack of a war zone. That's not going to serve your investment portfolio. So you want to find the sweet spot of working class areas where you can get your numbers to work. And those numbers are easily going to be hit if you're working with motivated sellers. It's not about how many deals you do. It's about how good of deals you do for the ones you do.
That's true. I hope you guys heard that. It's not all about how many doors and how many deals that you're doing every month. It's quality. I got another question here, and this is from Scobro. To get a loan, you need to be an LLC.
No, you don't.
You do not. You can get a loan.
It's
in your
easier to get it
name.
outside of an LLC, not to cut you off, RJ. It's easier to get for a personal individual to get a loan instead of an LLC. In fact, many people, investors in our community, we've got this question so many times. How do I transfer the property into my LLC after I close it in my personal name? Because I was only able to get a loan in my personal name, and everybody's transferring it after the closing into their LLC. So not quite sure where you got that information, but I'm here to let you know. It is actually the contrary. It's easier to get money in your personal name than it is an LLC.
Yep. So we're going to wind this down, but if you guys have any more questions, here's the thing, everybody. Yeah, you can listen to the news and you can follow that and be fearful and follow everybody else and stay stuck and not do anything and wait for the crash, and you'll be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for the crash to happen. That's never going to come. Or you can actually get the right strategies from people that are doing it in the business right now. Hop on this live training. We're going to be live. Dave and I are going to have a whiteboard behind us. We're going to be going over all of those strategies, doing another Q&A session. That's tomorrow.
Can't wait.
At 5 p.m. Pacific, if you're on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast, it's going to be at 8 p.m. and it's cashflowingrental.com. It's right there. Register. We're going to keep it small so that we can get to everybody's questions. But register for that. And then for those who registered today, send me a DM. I got a free gift for you. Wherever this is at. YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or wherever it's at. So
DM RJ. He checks his DMs a little bit more frequently. But here's the thing. I want to end it with this. Love ain't lies. What does that mean, RJ? What does love ain't lies mean?
Sounds like a James Bond movie.
It is. No, it's like a fucking Jason Bourne, bro. Love ain't lies, meaning I ain't gonna lie to you because I love you, but I'm gonna tell you the harsh truth. You know how many people, especially in their 30s and 40s, and I'm talking about calling the men out there. I'm 42, I'll be 43. So many men are just you know what it is? You ask them, why aren't you killing it? And there's always an excuse, right? There's always a reason. Oh, I had this happen. This person stole from me. This thing happened to me. There's always this like excuse, right?
Mhm.
Nobody wants to tell the truth, which is I quit. That's it. What it is, man. You fucking quit. You quit. It's so we're all faced with this choice every day. Are you going to quit, or are you going to do something? Right? There's only two choices. Are you going to keep moving forward, or are you going to quit? What's it going to be? It's completely up to you. And I'm faced with the same damn question every single day. RJ is faced with the same damn question. This is what life is, guys. You know? So let's just not give up. And let's surround ourselves around other people who aren't giving up. We ain't going to quit. Because as soon as it gets tough is when we need each other the most. We've been there, guys. We've been there with these tough properties. We've been there with these crazy deals and everything you can imagine. I'm telling you, we've done hundreds and hundreds of deals, all in over 1,500 different transactions, and we've owned hundreds of rentals and this and that. Guys, there's going to be shit that comes at us. And every day we're going to be faced with that question. I'm talking about lawsuits. I'm talking about people suing you. This is a litigious world we live in. You got to know how to handle lenders. You got to know how to handle tenants. You got to know how to handle
pressure.
So you don't quit. Because what's going to happen if you quit, you're just going to end up as a statistic. You're going to end up as like, oh, somebody, I would have made it, but you're going to find some excuse, but you're not going to face the reality of just facing it that you quit. We're not quitters.
No, we're not. You know what someone told me is that in this business, real estate investing entrepreneurs that we're talking to, or if you just, you own your own business, is you got to be able to deal with crap. You know what crap stands for?
Constant. What?
Criticism, rejection, assholes, and pressure.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to handle all of that. And I'm telling you, if you're watching this live, most likely you can handle that. And now you just need the strategies. That's all. You just need the guide and the playbook. Go to cashflowingrental.com and we'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST or 8 p.m.
8 o'clock Eastern.
Eastern. I wish I knew what to do. George, my man, get on this
Yeah, join
get on
us,
this live
brother.
training tomorrow.
Join us.
You're gonna
I
get
wish I knew
everything
what to
you
do.
need.
You have 2 millionaires in front of you literally giving you the playbook. Buy affordable housing. Don't use any of your own money. Get paid when you close the deal. Here's the script. Get on the phone. Make an offer. If you make 10 offers a week, George, you'll make at least $300,000 a year.
Yeah, hop on that live training. You're gonna get it all, man. And then let me know when you register. Send me a DM and I'll get you a free gift. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Any other questions you're seeing, Dave? You got the
I'm
YouTubes
not.
out?
No,
Okay.
I'm just looking at our handsome faces. I'm not even looking at the questions.
All right. Well, we are out. We will see you tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific or 8 p.m. Eastern. Cash Flowing Realm.